Hello and welcome to our Would You Rather series, in which we discuss all sorts of silly and ridiculous scenarios ranging from more sensible gaming-based topics to more crazy, off-the-wall and even adult-themed topics. Keep in mind, in a lot of scenarios, there is no right or even sane answer, and a lot of our exchanges will be for comic effect. So what I'm getting at is, it's all meant to be light-hearted and for the lols, and meant as a joke, so do try not to take it too seriously. As a disclaimer, from time to time, we may discuss scenarios people find crazy, crude, or even offensive, so to that end, don't say you haven't been warned. Would you rather be able to fly, but how fast and far is based upon your fitness level? I.e., at top whack, you can go as fast as a jet, but it is akin to running as fast as you can and getting tired. So, for example, however long you could run, like, flat out, like, so let's say 4 minutes, that's how long you could go at the equivalent to a jet. Now, you could go at a walking pace, because you could walk for hours, you know, and not get fully tired and need a rest per se. So you could do that and maybe go at about 50 miles an hour or something. But at top whack, you could only go about as fast as a jet, like for a really short period of time, and then you'd be tired and you need to stop. Or teleport anywhere just by thinking about it, but every time you do, you lose between 12 to 24 hours of your natural life. So let's say, for example, it's 24 hours and you teleport 365 times. That will be a year of your natural life gone. So, teleport or fly? I mean, it's an age-old question, but I've thrown some...
Is
it? Oh, yeah.
It's pretty easy for me, because how far could I fly? I could fly down the shops, and then I'd have to walk back. I'd be well knackered. If it took the same amount of strength.
Yeah, no, but you could still
How far could I run flat out? About 15 seconds.
That's how fast you could go, as fast as like a fighter jet or something.
But you could still fly.
But that would get you far. I think your speed.
I'd have to get a taxi home. It would suck.
You wouldn't though, because imagine if you could run 15 seconds there and 15 seconds back.
Yeah,
that will be at about 500 miles an hour. So you do the math. You're going to have travelled like at least half a mile or a mile. Someone else do the math, because I clearly can't. But you're going to have travelled, like, you could probably leave the town in that space of time or get near it.
I can do that anyway.
Yeah, but what? Flying?
Go for a bit of a walk, and then I come back again. It's almost the same.
Yeah, but it would take you, like, a couple of hours, whereas you could do this in less than a minute.
Well,
I think I'd go for flying. I think I'd go for flying.
Like I said, if you want to teleport somewhere nice on holiday, you waste the whole day in the airport, you in the queues, takes the whole day, and you're well knackered when you get there. You can just start from the morning. I'll take it. Oh, I lose a day of life. Boo-hoo.
You couldn't fly to America, for example, so it does have a fair point, because there's no way you could traverse, you know, the Atlantic and not get tired, so you'd fall into the ocean. So you couldn't do that. You could maybe go on holiday to Europe over here, because, you know, crossing the border's not like very far. You know, the channel at its shortest point's only like a couple of miles, so you could easily do that. But you have a point. But would you...
losing a day of life, because some days I just sit around in my pajamas anyway.
Yeah, but they're the best
that is a point.
I wouldn't want to lose a day of sitting around in my pajamas.
That is another point.
You could sit in your pajamas in the Bahamas.
Pajamas in the Bahamas. I guess so.
It's way better. I totally picked
all right
that
then. All right, I was it. All right then. How motion sick do you get, Lou? What do you reckon? Like teleporting's gonna do? Do you not reckon teleporting's gonna like?
Yeah,
I don't know that it would.
So I'll teleport and I'll have to have a bit of a sit down for 10 minutes.
I think, to be fair, if you suffer from motion sickness, you're probably more at risk from flying.
I do feel a bit sick in a plane. I do.
So
I don't.
I mean,
it's more just cars and shit.
You do have a point. Like, you could just teleport wherever, and whether it's worth losing that amount of life for, you know, is whether it's worth it. But here's the problem with that. I don't know about you, but I would be so, like, it would be so easy to abuse that power and think, oh, oh fuck, I've left something downstairs. Teleport downstairs.
Yeah.
To get something.
No,
or like, oh, I need to go
stupid
to the
do
shop.
that.
I've got a hangover. Boom, teleport over there.
That
You know,
might be what
before you know it.
But the thing is, like, I can't just nip off to some tropical island whenever I feel like it anyway. I still have to go to work. So, plus, touching on the last subject, I could totally use it for a life of crime.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
you could use flying for a crime as well, to be fair. But
well, you can't like fly into a bank vault like undetected. Can you?
But you could probably fly to.
See, you've already picked, so you can't change your mind again.
This isn't fair. Like, no one stated this in the rules.
There is also another upshot. Is you can make bank legally. For example, putting anything in space costs millions, if not billions, and it's not always guaranteed. If you could teleport to the moon, because all you have to do is think about it, and you know where that place is vaguely.
I don't think you want the general public knowing what you can do.
No, maybe, but if you went to that is a possibility. But you could maybe be in disguise, and maybe you could go to like a SpaceX, and be like, "Don't tell the government, but I'll put your fucking Dragon 7 spacecraft around Mars, and you can pretend you got it up there yourself."
They'll lock you up in a dark room forevermore. I'll just steal diamonds.
Could do. I'd go for flying because I think I would just abuse it and just teleport to the shops and shit. And then before I know it, I've wasted 10 years of my life getting fucking Doritos and Dr. Pepper.
So... all right. What about the learning of it? Can you learn straight away and stuff, or is it like a progress? Because if you're a teleporter, can you imagine if like you kind of, or you're really tired, or like you're distracted in something, and you just automatically think of somewhere stupid like.
Well, let's say you have to do it with
the moon, and then you're there, and then you fucked.
Yeah, but there would be a getting used to it period. But let's say it's more like a physical thing, like you have to think it, but then you have to do like a physical motion, like say like a Tai Chi move or something, and then doing that.
What about dreams?
What? Do you do Tai Chi moves in your dreams? Because if so, you might have problems.
Maybe. I have had some pretty freaky dreams.
I think it would have to be a conscious thing, not just whatever flits into your mind you end up.
Yeah, but you see it in like movies and stuff, don't you? Like with people that have got like magical powers, like superhero powers and stuff. When they're getting used to it and that, they like end up like doing it in their dreams and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, but like I think it's more of a case. Using
their powers, Louise, not.
You would have to do something physically in, combined with the mental thought.
Handshake with yourself or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that what they call it?
You have to pinch your nipples or something, and then boom, you're on the moon. So, what? I personally would go with I'd go with flight because, like I said, I'd abuse it, and I think flying would be cool. Flying would be cool.
Really, that's what you pick? That's lame. Yeah. If it's tied to your own physical fitness, you're boned.
Yeah, but I could. Yeah, but it'd get me healthier because I could train. Do you know? I would train better. To be able to.
You'd just still stay in bed. It'd be a novelty for about 2 weeks. Then you'd be like, "Nah, I'll stay in bed."
As if I'd go flying every once in a while. Just go fly about.
You wouldn't get far.
It'd be cool, but you would have to worry about getting caught as well. It would be a less useful superpower if you were going in that sense. Because it'd be much easier to get caught, and you could probably just get shot down with like anti-aircraft fire or something. So.
And what about bugs? Oh, when you're going at the speed of a jet.
Yeah, but you just wear a crash helmet.
Do you remember like me, myself, and Irene? He's got a crash helmet on, and he rides on his bike, and.
Yeah, but he's got an open helmet. I'd wear a visor and shit. Just fucking blaze about. I'll pop out at night time. Exactly, I could be a cool superhero.